Is this character a figment of Butcher's imagination? Because he was imagining Becca earlier, so I'm kind of wondering if Jeffrey Dean Morgan is a figment of his imagination because, like, he's only talked to Butcher. He hasn't really had a conversation with anybody else. I wouldn't be surprised if Jeffrey Dean Morgan was just someone from Butcher's past and he passed on. Well, I called it. I called Jeffrey Dean Morgan being a figment of Butcher's imagination. I mean, I feel like half the boys' audience did, but I would consider myself one of the early ones since it was during or after the first 3 episodes. So yeah, I was one of the first ones there to call it. Yeah, not really that much of a twist, I guess. I was hoping though that there would be a twist where he actually was real, and I don't know, he just maybe he comes out and punches that Dr. Pershing, like that's his name from the Mandalorian, but you know, like the scientist that he had like chopped off the leg of. So yeah, but yeah, he's a figment of his imagination. The devil on Butcher's shoulder, just as Becca is the angel on his shoulders. It looks like it's gonna take control of Butcher because Becca was really nowhere to be seen at the end of the episode. So I feel like Butcher is probably gonna go through, or at least come close to going through with releasing the virus to try to kill all the soups. But we'll see. He's not like I always feel like he's not that bad where he would do that. But with like the Jeffrey Dean Morgan parasite taking over him, yeah, he might just actually do it. And boy, with the tech cave stuff in here, that was wild. That was pretty wild to watch. And man, Huey getting it rough again in this episode, being locked up in there in the tech cave, and also Ashley coming down there and just messing with him. I can't really say what they were doing because I can't put it into words. But man, and also it was funny that this is the part where the boys riff on Batman and Spider-Man. DC and Marvel's like two popular heroes are both their popular heroes in their respective comic books. But yeah, all that stuff was just crazy. I mean, Ashley being there, that really fits. Of course, she knew tech from the past. But yeah, they seem pretty perfect for each other. But yeah, that all that kinky stuff. I mean, I assume this is what 50 Shades of Grey was. Was it? I've never seen the movies, but I assume that this is probably part of those movies at least. And then Starla and Kamiko going down there and having Tech all tied up, and even like the dude that was his psychic all locked up, he even helped them. He helped them in making like transfers from his bank account to his charities. And it's funny when he was like they made the transfer to Black Lives Matter, he got all pissed off because yeah, it revealed that Tech is a pretty big racist. His whole family was slave catchers, and that was really messed up when you just looked at A-Train and even made that comment about how his like ancestors would catch him. So I was like, wow. So this guy Tech is like despicable. And it's revealed that Homelander is trying to make internment camps for, I guess, humans. So I wonder where this is gonna go. I wonder if it's gonna get that far where he's gonna end up taking over. Him and the Soups are gonna end up taking over or something. That'll be interesting. And then like the butler killing Tech, I thought that was quite fitting because yeah, he definitely was tired of like looking after Tech. Like he didn't seem very much happy just like taking care of him or just like doing what Tech was saying. So yeah, I thought that was cool. Then the funny thing is him revealing that the safe word for like Huey was Zendaya, or for Web Weaver was Zendaya. So yeah, even another Spider-Man tie-in from the movies. It's crazy how this stuff exists. Like Zendaya exists in this world in a lot of these actors, because it seems like they wouldn't, but I don't know. I guess they do. But yeah, that's all funny. that was a safe word though. And also Sage continues on being a great character in this season, like revealing that she had a cure for her grandmother's cancer when she was very young, and they were like, we're not gonna go by your cure because you can't monetize it. And yeah, and she had to see her grandmother die painfully, and that being her motive to what she's all about. I think it's fascinating. And then her getting shot in the head by MM, I was like, man, I thought she died for a second. I was like, for like a couple seconds, I was like, oh, did she die right there? But of course I forgot her brain could heal. But man, that was the worst place. That was the worst place in the world that she can have brain damage right there. like in front of all those racist conservatives. It's not the best place to have your brain being turned in like a 7-year-old, where she's like going headfirst into the chocolate cake. So yeah, and even when she's like, I think she's like nodding over to Firecracker like a little kid like this. I thought it was pretty funny. But yeah, Sage just continued on being a really good character in this show. I hope she sticks around. She's gonna definitely stick around for season 5 because she's that good. And man, when A-Train saved him and got him in the hospital, and that little kid looks at him, and A-Train finally feels like he's being a hero, I thought that was a great moment. But it's also a moment that makes me afraid that A-Train's probably gonna die towards the end of the season. I got a feeling, because that moment was just too wholesome, and we got these wholesome moments where these characters they just feel like they're doing something good, like they've come around and they've had a great arc where they've done some despicable stuff in the past, but they come around and do something good. It just means that they're probably gonna die, and I've had the feeling that it would either be A-Train or MM, but since MM had this scare with a panic attack, I think it's probably going to be A-Train that bites it at the end of the season. I mean, I hope not, but I think it'll probably make for a good like story moment, I guess. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I got a strong feeling that it's gonna be probably his last season this season. But yeah, A-Train's one of the best characters in the show. And also we get a Black Noir face reveal of the new Black Noir. And that's actually played by Nathan Mitchell, who's actually been playing Black Noir throughout the seasons. But he was definitely someone different, because they showed it in the flashback from season 3. That was the dude that was playing him back in like the 70s or 80s. So yeah, it was definitely a different character. But now Nathan Mitchell actually gets to show his face while playing the new Black Noir, which I think is cool, because yeah, he's been playing him for all these seasons, and it's cool to see his face. So I initially thought it was gonna be someone like maybe like more known, but yeah, it's cool. That's Nathan Mitchell. So yeah, I've seen him a lot on the social media posts with all the cast. So yeah, so it's cool to see him get a chance to shine right here. And yeah, the Homelander Firecracker stuff at the end, I was like, man, really? Yeah, Firecracker knows the way to his heart. And the way Homelander's face just lit up when she squirted him, I was like, man, this is like, he's like a little kid. He's like a little kid when it happened. It was just a moment where he just couldn't help but feel a little bit happy for him in that moment, because he had a rough childhood, but it's still just weird and disgusting. And it was quite fitting that the last shot we saw was with them in front of the American flag, and it was 4th of July. And I almost forgot to mention Huey at the end of the episode breaking down. I mean, that was heartbreaking to watch, because Huey's been through just so much, and even like so much in like the last 2 episodes. And it just seems like not a lot of time has gone by from his father ending up dying, or having to put his father to sleep, actually, because of course like running through and phasing through people in that hospital. And yeah, not a lot of time went by, because he's spreading, like, him and his mother is spreading his ashes at the start of the episode, and then going right into like going undercover as Web Weaver and Tech Knight, and Ashley just taking advantage of him. I was like, yeah, that's gonna definitely put you through the ringer right there. So yeah, it's rough, and you understand why he's breaking down right there in front of Starlight. So overall, I thought it was a good but weird, as The Boys is a lot, a weird episode. And yeah, but it was good. I thought it was a good. And with them mentioning, I think when they mentioned internment camps, and with Butcher possibly going through with releasing that virus, this could be like a dark end with these final 2 episodes. And I would kind of like be interested in seeing that, because I would like to see maybe like a season 5, which is going to be the final season. I would kind of like to see that maybe go into like more of like an apocalyptic kind of feel, where yeah, you have humans that are locked up in these camps and all that. I think it would be dark, but it would be like something that, yeah, we see Homelander take over. I feel like you gotta make the final season of The Boys really hit hard, and you gotta go to another level. And I feel like if they stick on a level they've been going through with these like past 2 seasons, I would be slightly disappointed. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the final 2 episodes of the season. Tell me your thoughts on this episode of The Boys, and until next time, I'll see y'all later. Rebel out.